Energy Toss Radio. Toss Radio.
What's up, family? It's your girl, Son. I'm so excited that you're here with me. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited to be back with another powerful episode, of Energy Toss Radio. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my husband. Energy Toss Radio segment for powerful women, you guys. I'm so excited for that. I hope you got your cocktails or your drink or your water, whatever you got going on, ready for my guest that's coming up. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. Before you do that, though, remember, it is always our culture, our love, our power, our magic, and definitely our way. This is how we do things. So excited. If you'd like to be a guest on Energy Toss Network, because there's a difference. If you'd like to be a guest, you will email us at energytossradio@gmail.com. Okay. If you'd like to be a guest on the network, what does that mean? We have multiple shows, multiple things going on. So you decide where you fit in. All right. And I'm so excited about that. Don't forget, there's so many ways you can contact us, be a part of us. Now, there's the email I just gave you, right? Don't forget, you can always send something to or watch our YouTube channel first, which is Energy Toss Network YouTube. All right. You know how to do that. That big old wide, beautiful step of YouTube. All right. And then after that, we have Energy Toss Radio now, you guys. I'm so excited about that platform. How do you get to it? You go to Live 365 app. You download the amazing app. All right. And you search Energy Toss Radio. Frequency, here she is. I don't know if you can really see her, but she will be in the background. Click that link and we keep on going and keep on going. Okay. And that's some good things. Big shout out to Energy Toss Network team. Big shout out to all the people that love me, and I love you back. Also, big shouts out to everybody that's doing their thing. This young lady I want to talk about. Okay. Miss Shayna. I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay. Uniquely, right here. Here she is. She made an amazing, cute little cover for everybody at the Wow, I Am Beautiful. Look at that. Survivors Award Gala. That's so amazing. So thank you so much, ma'am. I'll put her stuff down in the info. Okay. Now, coming up, I've held you long enough. The Powerful Women segment that I'm doing has been a journey. I'm speaking with women all this week. I'm talking about all this week, honey. I have been getting some amazing women in, okay? So go back, search the history. You'll see who I've interviewed and things like that. And these women are always shockers, right? They're like, oh my God, because you never know who I know. You never know who I know, right? And so these women have fed into me. They have been villages for me. On top of that, they've been villages for their own community. They've done certain things to better the atmosphere, not to deplete it, to better. They can actually tell you how they feel and don't have a problem if you like it or not. They don't care. They're going to tell you how they feel. So I've learned from these certain women, all these women that's coming on for the Powerful Women segment, some way, shape, or form in my life, okay? All right, so I ain't gonna do no drum roll for y'all, but yeah, I'm so excited she's here. You guys, please welcome one of my goddess sisters, Future! Look, and not Future the rapper, right?
That's right.
Future, thank you so much for accepting my invitation on being on the Powerful Women segment. I know at first she was like, what you want, girl? Because you do not what she got going on. And I know you don't always mess with everybody, so I do appreciate you being here. Okay.
I thank you for the invite.
Don't know whom you are. Explain a little bit about whom you are and who you are.
Well, I'm just me, little future. Just trying to change my life and others in the process. And that's basically just me in a nutshell.
All right. So let's dive into it. I like to dive right on into it. I
Okay.
like to dive on into it. Okay. You are not on social media. You are not afraid to talk about your faith, right? I don't
Right.
like to say religion or a certain preference, just your faith, what you believe in, basically, right? So in
Right.
doing that, you're also on a journey, a eating journey, a fasting journey, certain things. Tell me how you started going on that particular journey.
The health part.
What, yeah, the health journey, and how you decided, okay, this is the time I want to hit this journey, and how it coincides with your faith.
Well, I would say back in September of 2020. Even before that, had a really bad breakup, emotional, depressed, just probably got to the lowest point that I could possibly think of. My faith has always been there. My parents were both pastors. So that part has always been there. But a lot of times we hide or hold stuff in because we're so concerned about how people in the church receive us when we're going through situations. And with that breakup, I went through probably really bad, really, really bad times too, to where I almost didn't want to live at one point. And in September 2020, I was going on a vacation and I was supposed to be meeting a young gentleman there, and flew to Miami, Florida. He stood me up. And while I was there, God let me know, he said, you need some time for yourself. And I said, okay. During that same weekend, I was supposed to go watch the game with some friends. They stood me up and God said, I told you you needed some time to yourself. So that whole weekend, I'm in Miami by myself. My children was upstairs, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna enjoy my moment. And when I came back, I made a vow to myself at that point that I was just gonna do a purge. I was gonna delete folk. I was gonna cut people off. And one of my friends said I had already talked to him about working out. He's like, yeah, I'll work out with you, but you start on your journey. And as we walked every day, he was like, you should go vegan. And I was like, who? Not me, because I love me some chicken and some steak. So, but in that process, I had already kind of cut back on just the meat and the chicken and fish to kind of cut back with the pork and the beef. And um, he told me to watch the Netflix show What the Hell. And so my daughter said, I'm going to watch this with you.
What is it
And
called
the weird
now?
thing is,
what was the Netflix show? What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as I was watching the show, mind you, I was sitting here eating a double quarter pounder with cheese, large fry, and a Coca-Cola from McDonald's this very episode. And as I finished watching it, I have not eaten meat from that day. I began to change my lifestyle then. Of course, when I first started, I have never been a vegetable eater. And I vowed to myself, I said, Lord, if you help me through this journey, that I would try anything that's healthy for me at least once. And that's basically how my journey started. I've always had my group on Facebook that Fit with Future and Friends, and I lost weight, I was gaining back, I lose weight, gaining back. But this time God said, this is what I chose you to do. It's now going to go a different way because you need to do this not just for you, but for other people. You know, I lost my father to cancer and they couldn't figure out where it came from. My daughter had cancer not even a year ago. And my thing is like, people don't understand these diseases just don't come from anywhere. They originate from something we ate, something we put in or on our bodies. So I changed my lifestyle completely. What I wash with, what I cook with, what makeup I put on, what I wash my clothes with, as far as no chemicals, no dyes, no all parabens, all those things. And as me helping people, as they say, a prophet doesn't have honor in his own land. And I was trying to help people, but then those very family members wanted help, but didn't want it from me. Because you don't have it.
Wait a minute now. Come on. Now, let me tell you something. I usually wave a feather. They wanted help, but they didn't want help from you. Okay.
And so at that point, God said, sometimes people don't feel like you know what you're talking about because you don't have a doctor or have a degree behind your name. So oddly, one day this school popped up on my Facebook page called the Southwest Institute of the Healing Arts. And someone told me to call. They sent me a little pamphlet in the mail. I read through it and got to do it. So I've been in school since July of last year to become a holistic health and wellness coach with a minor in holistic nutrition.
I didn't even know that. Say that again. You're in school for what? I didn't even know.
Yes,
Oh my God. Listen, that's amazing. Because I was wondering, like, where were you going with this thing? And look, I had no idea you were going that far. And that's why, everybody, these women are powerful women, because the things that they do, the power that they have behind them, you're coming from a grasp to do things, to not just say, okay, this is what I got and this is what I got. You're doing something to help the community. You're doing something to help yourself. That is super dope. Okay, so say it again. I'm so excited. Okay, say it again. What are you going to school for?
I will be a holistic health and wellness coach, and I have a minor in holistic nutrition.
Future, I'm so proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
I have been knowing you for a long time. Whenever you and I met, we was in the class of Verizon Wireless when they first hit North Carolina.
Right.
I still don't know why they hired me. I'm still wondering. But in those times, you were always a nurturer. You were always a person that would come and pray for a lot of us. Of course, we knew that you were going through your own things. However, we knew that you were mother, you were going through you doing your church, you were doing so many things. But I also remember, the beauty that I remember with you is you always took time to pray for someone. You took the time to say, okay, I know you're going through this thing. Let me tell you, let me pray for you. I can't tell you how to get through it because I got my own stuff going on, but let me pray for you. I remember I was going through something so bad. And, you know, these interviews I do are very candid. I was going through something so bad. You got a group of sisters together. We'll talk about them later. I mean, they know who they are because I'm pretty sure they're watching. And a group of sisters got together. And you guys came to my home. You didn't know what I needed, but you came with a care package full of stuff. And I was like, what are these Black women doing? Like, are they trying to do this to tell my business? And da, 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 da. And there was something that you said to me that night. You probably don't even remember because it's so old. You go through a lot of things. I get it. But I was in my home and you said to me, there are things you're going through, Carmen. And those things cannot last always unless you allow them to last always. You are going to get to a point in your life where you can literally look a demon in his face, eye to eye, and say, I don't even care like that. It's not necessary. And it's going to erupt some stuff. And you said, sister, I'll be happy when you get to that place, because these are things you don't have to go through. That is why I chose you as one of my powerful women, because sometimes whenever we impact somebody, we never know the date or the time. We're just saying stuff for encouragement. And I think it's dope that you're doing that path for yourself because it fits you. Are you okay?
I'm getting emotional.
Okay. Why am I trying to make you cry, sister? I just want you to know that. I'm sorry, can I get y'all? I do these interviews all the time, right? And I'm really not playing with y'all. I do these interviews all the time. And there are a lot of people that's in my inbox. They'll say, oh, well, Carmen, you low level. Or, oh, you're not going to go anywhere. And I remember these statements. But I remember the people that was there with me, that was in the trenches with me, that helped me with my children, that prayed for me even when I didn't think I was worthy of prayer. I'm so sorry. I know this is not.
Look, I'm trying not to cry now. You got me crying more.
Girl, it's like they think you're not worthy. People think you're not worthy, and you go through so many things in life. And to have this platform now and to reach back for so many people to see the people. And I may not break bread with a lot or whatever, but certain people are going to be sprinkled out during these programs, these segments that I have that are worthy to me, that are important. And I want people to know who they are because they don't have to walk a red carpet. You know what I'm saying? They don't
Right.
have to be like blah, blah, blah on your face. Everybody's going through something, and I see a lot of times you put a lot of encouraging messages online, but I want to backtrack a little bit. You said some time ago, like 2020 sometime, I don't know if the dates are right, you were thinking about taking your own life,
I got
right?
there.
Yeah, you were out there. Why again? Why would you have thought of that? And did you even think about your children during that time, or?
I did, and that's why I'm sympathetic sometimes when I hear people say that they get to that point. And I always at one point before used to say life is never going to get that bad because you should always think about the other person. But it wasn't. I guess the heartbreak was just extra fuel to the fire already. I took the loss, the death of my father pretty hard. And then it was just little stuff that added to it along the way. When you feel like you go through relationship after relationship and you give your all to somebody and to be with somebody 3 or 4 years and then they just pop up one day and say, hey, I don't love you no more. And that added more fuel to the fire. And especially when you done did everything and you could possibly do to make sure that person happy, literally like not even being around my family and friends anymore, trying to make sure he was so satisfied or making sure that he had what he needed. Even to the point where him and my daughter got into an altercation, and not necessarily taking her side, but to prevent this from getting bigger what it was, I had to kind of push him away and take his side for the moment just to prevent that from happening. And then that made it more worse because now my daughter thought that I was turning against her, but I knew how I really would have reacted if he would have hit her, because at that point it would have gotten escalated even further. So, but it was just to that point, and then, being overweight, here I am. I'm now 270, 80 pounds and bigger than I ever been, and working 2 jobs and trying to take care of this. My younger daughter didn't live with me at the time, and it was just a lot of stuff that I dealt with along the way that just kept adding to it, adding to it, adding to it. And then, as most people say, when you hit rock bottom, it all crashed at one time. Everything comes back at that point. So there was plenty of days that I didn't sleep or I cried, and I even got to the point where I couldn't pray no more. I was like, Lord, I didn't have it in me. And even though I knew he was there and I didn't feel like he missed me, but even still, even like my closest friends, I felt like I couldn't have him. And they had
Now, I want to remind everybody that we are doing a virtual interview, and there may be times where there's planes flying by or connectivity kind of getting mixed a little bit. But I want you to remember it's virtual now. She ain't in studio. And I know that's what a lot of people are over, but she was definitely talking about her coming out of that moment in her life. So let me ask you this, Future, to get and make sure. Let me get a check 1, 2, 3. Let me get a check 1, 2, 3.
Check 1, 2, 3.
Okay, there we go. I just want to make sure because it got a little staticky for a minute. Okay, so let me get some goodness here. Just for a sec, because you already given some gems, right? Okay. Eating differently. How does that change your stressors, your mood, your emotions, and everything?
In every way possible. Like even when I started this journey, I'm just like, it is what it is. If it don't work, it's okay. I could care less. Sometimes I do have I don't want to say issues sleeping, but the doctor says because now my body is getting all these vitamins and nutrients that my body wasn't used to having. So sometimes I feel like I'm on overload and I can't sleep. But I can get 2 hours of sleep and I still wake up and feel like I slept all day. So I've never been to the point where it's bothered me to where I'm just like exhausted. But far as my journey and everything, like it has motivated me with everything I do. Like it makes everything better. Yeah, I went from being on 5 blood pressure pills to almost completely off of all of them. I was pre-diabetic. It's completely corrected itself.
Holistic journey, right? Was
Right.
that because you, like, I know that meat is a part of that. Stopping? You're not eating any meat, right?
I don't eat any animal products. I don't eat dairy, meat, anything that got animal products in it. So eggs.
I had meat in a week and I'm fit to die. I'm just go. I'm going to be honest with you. I have noticed the way I handle certain things, right? Okay, so when you say no dairy, I mean you're talking about eggs and stuff like
Eggs,
that.
milk, cheese, yeah, all that.
Cheese.
Yeah, cheese.
I mean, ain't it vegan cheese? I mean, I just
There is plant-based cheese. I mean, I use plant-based cheese. I mean, like this week alone, I started fasting this morning, completely off of social media. Only reason I answered because I knew you was messaging me, but off all social media this week. I'm basically starting from scratch all week. I'm eating no processed anything, just water, basically liquids in one meal a day. No ketchup, no nothing, no additional processed foods. I'm trying to rid myself of the sugars and all that extra stuff. So and God, I need God to move in my life. There's some things that I've been asking Him for, and I felt like I need to put it all on the table.
what you just said. You need God to move in your life. There's some things you've been asking for. There's some things you've been wanting to do. Now, again, congratulations. I had no idea you were going back to school for that. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
Locks locking, girl. I see your locks.
Yeah, they're getting there, girl.
Yeah, they got the droopish. They got the droopish going on.
Yeah.
Whenever you're deciding to do the things you do, I know a lot of that. You say you're fasting off of social media, which I will be doing very soon once we hit the mark we want to hit. Doing that, I saw you put up something the other day. You said some of these young boys and girls are eating foods. They don't even look like kids anymore.
Right.
What y'all feeding these kids? Y'all need to stop. Like, what's going on? What I mean, so are you saying that the olden days of food, because we was pretty grown looking too.
Well, I got mine a little late. But I mean, you got to look at the thing. I grew up on a farm, so my granddaddy raised everything, other than what we bought from the grocery and stuff. So I don't knock anybody for not eating meat. But
where are you originally from?
Elizabethtown, North Carolina.
Elizabethtown. Okay, Elizabethtown. Okay, I like it. Shout out Elizabethtown.
So most people don't realize a lot of the animals are injected with hormones. They injected with all these dyes and coloring that affect the way our bodies react. So people don't realize if you eat animals that's injected with hormones for them to reproduce faster, is that these kids getting menstruations at 8 and 9 years old, they're maturing faster, or you wonder why men can't or women can't fulfill their sexual lust. That stuff is coming from the food we eat. And as long as they're injecting it and they're allowing them to eat it, and then we bring it home and then we add all this unnatural stuff to it to make it taste better. Because why would you need to add something to something that already is supposed to taste a certain way? Fruits and vegetables, you don't have to season if you don't want to because it comes naturally from the earth. This is the food God gave us. These are natural healing foods that God put on the earth for us to eat and naturally heal our bodies.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why
I'm excited for you to have this journey. I'm excited for you to be on this path of healing, because there are a lot more women and men that need to know whom you are, and they need to be a part of this type of energy that's coming along, because a lot of people that do these things, they do it for gain, they do it for this and that. But I think genuinely looking at you and what you're doing and how you're doing it, of course it ain't gonna be free information. Let's put that out there. But at the time that you're growing, you're actually going to do the healing that needs to be done in our community, right? So if you could pick 5 people, honey, dead or alive, that you can do a meal plan for, don't have to be famous, could just be anybody you want to pick, 5 people that you could do a healthy meal plan for, whom would it be? Now, disclaimer, let me just let everybody know, healthy heal plan don't mean that you're overweight or nothing like that. You can be skinny as I don't know what and still be unhealthy. You really can. So I'm going to ask again, 5 people, Future, down on the line, who would you like to do a meal prep plan for?
Number one, my father, because if I knew what I knew now, we probably could have prevented him from being sick. Famous wise, I would say Lizzo. She's an inspiration to me because she really is out there and she lets us know we can love ourselves no matter how big or little we are. But there's nothing wrong with enjoying that, but at the same time, it's not healthy. So I would just want to let her know, be happy in who you are, but do the necessary stuff to make sure your health stays where it is.
Okay.
Let's see. I would say my Aunt Florence. She passed away last year, not quite a year ago. Um, Same reason. I had three aunts and an uncle that died 2 months apart from each other last year. So pretty much all of them. Um, Another famous person I would say, just because I think she's sexy, Morris Chestnut.
Say it again.
Morris Chestnut, just because he's
Oh,
cute.
Morris. Okay, now he's number 4 now.
Yeah. Um, and then let's see. You got me thinking. That's the icebreaker. Let's
So
see.
you guys still thinking, right? Don't forget Energy Talks Network YouTube channel. She's still thinking. She waiting on number 5. Don't forget Energy Talks Radio Show Powerful Women segment. If you know of a powerful woman, it's not always people I pick now. Let's be very clear. You can email us at energytalksradio@gmail.com. Okay. And don't forget, follow us Facebook, follow us Instagram, always good. And future, your 4 so far is your 5 people. If you could do a meal prep plan for dead or alive, the first one is your father. The second one is Lizzo. Lizzo, the rumors are true, yeah. All right, 3 is your aunt. Was it Florence?
My Aunt Florence.
Okay. The 4th one was the mighty, mighty Morris Chestnut. I ain't never seen nobody die so good. You hear me? Go way back to John Day. Rob tried to tell you, now he died real good in that alley. All right, and number 5, what you came up with? Number 5.
I would say Luther Vandross.
Okay. Now, that came out the blue. Why Luther?
Because I know his passing was due to him being sick, his illness.
I would have never thought about that. So your father, Lizzo, Aunt Florence, Morris Chestnut, and Curl didn't never quite curl Luther, but the songbird for the gods. All right. So that was amazing. I like your list. All right. So we're gonna wind down in a second. Go ahead and tell people, give people a little bit of empowerment and inspiration when it comes to their walk on their health.
Just remember that this journey is for you and only you. It doesn't matter what anybody else think, what anybody else say. They can like it or they can love it, or not. You know, a lot of people kind of go against me, that, well, you shouldn't. Why you not eating me? It's not about animal cruelty. I did it for my life change, for me. So the biggest thing is making sure you put number 1 God first, if that's what you believe in. God is the head of everything. He can help you get through this journey. And just making sure you love yourself. You got to love yourself before you can do everything. Any process you go through, the journey you go through starts here. You have to be mentally healed first. So if you're going through or you feel like your health journey is because of past hurts and trauma, you got to get them fixed first. So that was the thing. I had to have pray and ask God to help me heal my broken heart. People always say you can live with a broken heart. No, God said he was going to mend mine, which means it's like new. He renewed my heart. He built me a new one. He healed my mind. So my mind, body, and my spirit is now aligned. And that's what got me where my journey is today, because if that wasn't together, I couldn't complete it. So it's a process. So you got to get your mind, your heart, and your spirit together before you can do anything.
And just to think, back in the day, whenever you were still giving that amazing advice, no matter what you were going through, I thought this was the fullest of everything. Now you want a new capacity. Oh my God, you're going to be a shining light for somebody. And you're already a shining light for me in these past couple of seconds, honey. All right. So if you want to give a shout out to anybody, that shout out is now.
Well, my family for being there to support me. You know, I love my daughters. I thank them, my daughter Omega and my daughter Alyssa, for just being there supporting their mama. And if anybody, if you don't mind, if anybody need assistance or just want to follow me, my Facebook group is called Get Fit with Future and Friends on Facebook. It's called Fit with Future and Friends on TikTok. And you can follow me
on TikTok.
Yeah, girl, I got TikTok. My Facebook page.
TikTok.
Yeah, girl, I do a little bit. I'm not quite to the level I can go live on that one yet. My personal page is, but my TikTok, I have about 670-ish members, and my Facebook page, I have about 530-ish. So it's growing. When I first started, it was low. My TikTok page went from 80 members to 400 members in like 2 days. I was like, well, praise the Lord.
Okay, now come on with the TikTokers. I call it TikTokers. And my youngest daughter, Irene, was like, "Ma, it's TikTok. I believe you."
It's TikTok.
Get it together, honey. I'm excited that you accepted coming on this journey with me. I'm excited that we stayed connected all these many years.
Yeah.
There are things that you'll always see that I do, and you'll say, "Wait a minute now, wait a minute now, we gotta fix that a little bit." But I also appreciate the love that you have genuinely for people.
Thank you.
I see your flowers right now, your love right now. My honesty is saying you are valuable, you are valid, and you matter. And I cannot wait to see this holistic journey come to pass. Because I'm seeing some camps in my life. I'm seeing some retreats in your life. I'm seeing me being that witch you don't know that. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate you being here, and I love you so much.
Thank you. And last thing, congratulations on Miss Full Figure Georgia, honey. I'm looking for you.
Oh yeah, you seen that? Oh. Listen, shout out. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Miss Full Figure Georgia pageant. You guys, if you don't know, I am a delegate for 2022 Miss Exquisite Full Figure Georgia because I'm over 40. So that's a good thing, right? And I'm absolutely excited to do this journey looking just like me. You know what I'm saying? Nothing hard. I do agree with the cleaning up of the body, the understanding of the body. Just like you and everybody else knew, I used to deal with drinking because I was trying to cover all of my pain, my hurt. Now, I ain't going to tell you I actually stopped drinking wine. I stopped drinking a little bit of Jack Daniels, but I will tell you that past is my past and no one can hurt me with it. I've come out so far, and it is what we see now is glowing beauty, and it's because of sisters like this that stay on these journeys with us, our families, our mothers, our fathers. If you are blessed to have those people on those journeys with you, that is a good thing. But guess what? Just like Future said, if it is not them, if it is not anybody else, as long as the journey is with you and for you, that's all that matters, right? Did I get that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate your Future. I love you. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
Y'all say bye to Future. Ew, honey. Ew. Y'all, that was a great episode, and I became a crybaby. I'm so sorry about that. But listen, remember, it is always our culture, our love, our power, our magic, and our way. And remember, your journey is your journey. You don't want to always bring everybody on it, but in order for you to heal, right? In order for you to heal, like she was saying, you have to get the heart, the mind, the body, the soul all together to get it correct, right? Be able to understand your past, be able to say, hey, I did that. That's fine. At the end of the day, those things don't hurt me anymore, but it does not give anybody else the license to continue to hurt me. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am woman. I am powerful. I'm human. And hear me rock. Congratulations, Future, on your new endeavor.
Our culture, our love, our power, our magic, our way. Energy Toss Radio.